Hello, y'all. What's up? Welcome back to Impromptu Bourbon Sessions. Again, I am Courtney.
And I'm Gloria.
And again, this is Impromptu Bourbon Sessions. So, cheers. We finally drinking. We finally drinking bourbon during the session this time.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, all right, girl. What's going on with you?
Nothing. I mean, same shit, different day. But I mean, I had surgery early this week.
Glad you
enjoying
came
my
out
time
okay.
mentally. My kids gotta be fucking crazy right along with my husband. That's why I say same shit every day. But I'm here.
I know your child just called you earlier. It was like, where are you at when you coming
That
home?
little motherfucker didn't even say, "Hey, mom." She just like, "Where you at?"
Like, no, hey, are you okay?
You know what I'm saying? Ready to go back to work. I will say that. And God don't make me eat those words.
Yo, we are in the last month of the year already. November went by so fucking fast.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I think we were talking about this yesterday. I was thinking that they moved Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, she over here talking about. I thought Thanksgiving was always the last Thursday of the month, and I was like,
it's
like always
it
the
was way
third.
Early this year.
Always the third Thursday, but majority of the time, the third Thursday is always the last Thursday because
it just seemed like it was so early.
There's not 31 days in November, so.
Right, I was like, yo, that's why I think November went by so fast. Cause I'm like, they just do what the fuck they want. Daylight saving time somehow with that shit. We only supposed to be losing an hour, but somehow we lose like 4-5 hours.
Right.
And then Thanksgiving came early as fuck.
Yeah, like I'll come home from work and I'll open up the blinds, and then 2 hours later I'm closing the blinds because it's already dark outside. So I'm like, what the hell going on?
Yeah, man.
Oh man, I finally finished. Well, no, I want to say I'm like 90% done with painting my cabinet. So I was tired of to me it was like more like an eggshell pale look, and I'm like, I got all this gray going on. I was like, I need to add some color. So I've seen blue kitchens before, so I decided to paint my cabinets blue. It was definitely a huge project that pretty much took all my fucking leave, but I pretty much got it done. It was a good experience, good therapy session. End up listening to Jeezy's book. Jeezy's book was actually good.
Really?
Yeah. So for everyone that has Spotify offers audiobooks now. Now what I did find out is you only get a certain amount of listening time to these audiobooks.
Like 60 minutes or something. It's like per month.
Yeah. So per month. So if you have premium, which I have with Spotify, now they have audiobooks, but you only get a certain amount of listening time for those audiobooks. So I ended up listening to, it's an old book, Corinne Steffens, Confessions of a Video Vixen. I ended up listening to her book, and then I ended up listening to Jeezy's book. So I think with both books combined, I want to say it was about maybe 16, 17 hours worth of listening. So I think
that's pretty good.
I think you get about 20 because I started listening to Charlamagne's Black Privilege book.
Is that the first one?
I don't know, because he also has another book called Shook One. I don't know if that's the second one.
Shook One, Black Privilege is the first one. That book is so good. I read it. It was fucking amazing.
So listening to it is good, and all of a sudden Spotify stopped me and was like, oh well, you exceeded all your listening time. I'm like, damn.
Yo, and you like Charlamagne and God's first book. I heard the second one was good too, but the first one was really, really good. Listen to Kevin Hart's book.
Which one? He got a couple.
The first one where he talks about how he came to be. I think his
okay.
first book.
Okay.
That book is so fucking hilarious.
But he got the reality series that he did, well, the documentary where they just follow him around or whatever. That one was good too on Netflix, and he talked about his life a lot on that one as well.
Yeah, but you gotta listen to his book, like get to learn how he came to be. When you talk, because if you notice, he tells a lot of jokes about his mom.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta listen to his book. His book will have you crying, fucking laughing like this motherfucker. He was basically a legend in the making and didn't even fucking know it.
Right.
Because he didn't even know he was funny.
Right.
I
remember when he first came out, he wasn't all that funny. Remember he was in Soul Plane?
Like, who the fuck is this little motherfucker?
Yeah, like Soul Plane, we was like Kevin Hart, like who's this main? You know what I'm saying? That's where I knew him from, and then he started doing his stand-ups or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and I remember them talking about. I remember he went on the Breakfast Club. He was talking about how every comedian gets their turn.
Mm-hmm.
So remember it was it Mike Epps first? But Mike Epps didn't start doing stand-ups or anything like that. He would just be known for being funny from Next Friday and Friday After Next.
Yeah, because I think I seen him in it was some stand-up I seen him in.
He got some recent ones. Yeah, he got some recent ones.
But I think he's funnier in movies to me.
And I think he's more funnier as a host too. Like when he's hosting the comedy shows and all that. And then after that was Cat Williams. Cat Williams came out swinging, super funny.
He did, but he wore his shit out real fucking fast.
Yeah, and then he you know how when success gets to your head, fame gets to your head, you start, you know what I'm saying, blowing people off, not doing what you're supposed to do, then you get into drugs and alcohol and all that stuff. So that's how he fell off, but he came back.
I was say, yeah, because we was listening to some of his newer stuff. You know, with my husband, he's a clown, so he is one of those people. He'd rather listen to Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM, or our favorite used to be the Foxhole when it was owned by Jamie Foxx.
Mm-hmm.
When it was Jamie Foxx and that show, you would fucking piss yourself while listening to his show. But now Kevin Hart bought it, and it's Laugh Out Loud Radio. It's hit or miss. I mean, he got some funny stuff on there, but I've heard like some of Kevin, I'm sorry, not Kevin Hart, but Cat Williams, his more recent stuff, where he talks about how the stuff the fame got to his head and everything, and how he was growing it. And it's actually funny now. I think I'm finding him more funny now that he's actually like pretty much making fun of his own experience.
Right, making fun of himself.
You know what I'm saying? So I like him because when Kevin Hart heard me, Lord, not Kevin Hart, I would love to say he was talking about me, but he don't know me from a goddamn campaign. But Cat Williams, I actually can listen to him and laugh with him now. Because before I was like, he just ran these motherfucking jokes.
I mean, I remember Pimp Chronicles when it came out.
Yes.
It was so funny, and that's everything. That's all everybody was talking about.
On and on and on and on. It was like, goddamn, what else we
But that was the only thing out at the time, because nobody else had any specials or anything out at that time.
Yeah, but I feel like them jokes was just never ending. It was like the same jokes,
but it was just funny though.
Different ways.
They were funny.
I think now what he's putting out now is better. And actually, he's doing a lot within his community, and like, you know, he's really, he's always been vocal about how raising his sons. But I didn't know that he was raising his son's siblings. Like, apparently, the kid's mother may have been on drugs or something like that. And so, you know, Cat Williams always took care of his son. He's always been vocal about that. But we just saw something, well, I don't know if we was watching him on something, or we was listening to him on the Fox Laugh Out Loud Radio. And he was telling about how he ended up getting his son's siblings, raising them. Because their mother, you know, she really wasn't there to raise them.
But I wonder where their dad is at. You know what I mean?
You know how this world goes. Mama's baby, daddy's baby.
Yeah.
You know, and to me that spoke volumes about him, because it says that, you know, he really is a stand-up guy. He really is a good dude. You know what I'm saying? He could have just been like, shit, I'm just gonna take my son and raise my son. Like, he like, you know,
that still would have been the right thing to do though.
It would have been, but everybody don't know what the fuck was.
Yeah.
Really, that would have been right or wrong. You know, he's responsible for his only child, for his child.
Mm-hmm.
But for him to, you know, take on his other, his son's siblings, I think that was very noble.
Yeah. And then after Cat Williams, I was with Kevin Hart, and it's been Kevin Hart for a while. Like, I will forever go to his shows and stuff like that, because they're so fucking funny.
He ain't been here for a couple of years. I remember last time he was here, he was only here for 2 days, and then they ended up doing another one extra show. That fucking show sold out in like something like 90 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
He was at the Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
If he come back, I definitely want to see him. That dude be having me crying to you. That's the kind of look. If you can't make me laugh like that,
yeah, he always had me laughing to the point where it's like I can't even breathe, get my next breath right, because he just said another joke and I'm laughing. I'm still laughing at the joke he said before that joke. So
I'm probably the reason why my ass so damn strong.
Oh my goodness.
I've been laughing till my ass hurt.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, other than that, I painted the cabinets. I'm happy that I did it myself, because looking at prices and stuff like that, because I'm not gonna lie, halfway through the process I'm like, man, fuck this, I'm fucking tired. How much it's gonna cost for someone to come in? But then looking at all the averages, stuff like that, like it averaged out at $1,200, and I'm like with the money that I spent, I think I spent $375 on all the materials, and then doing it myself, I was like, that saves way more fucking money.
Yeah, and then you did a really, really good job. So my thing is like nobody would ever know.
It was definitely not easy. I want to say the easiest part was changing out the hardware on the cabinet. That was like the easiest thing. But other than that, yeah, it came out good.
Oh, and you got some candy. Don't forget that. That was That's always a hit with us, Candle Day, Bath and Body Works, Candle,
Even though you talking shit about me getting up early and going to the store.
Yes, I did talk shit. I had no intention of going to the fucking store, but it just so happened that my husband must want to spend some time with me that morning.
Oh.
So we go and we walked in the store. I grabbed 2 bags. Now you know I can't lift shit over 10 pounds, so you might as well told that motherfucker I was an invalid because he wanted barely to let me pick up a candle. So I started just loading candles in the bag. The motherfucker said, "Did you really just get 2 bags to fucking put everything you can in them?" I'm like, yeah.
You can't beat $10 for those 3-wick candles that normally cost $26. So if you go buy 4 candles, you already spent $100 versus I'm about to buy 10 and spend $100. I remember that one year, them hoes was $7.95.
I ain't seen them that cheap.
They were cheap. I want to say this was like maybe 2019, right before COVID when they were that low. Yeah. I don't ever see them going that low again, but there was a line that morning. I was standing out in the cold for them goddamn candles.
Hell, I probably would have been too, and I probably would spend like $400 on candles. But we got a good amount of candles somewhere. We shouldn't really have to buy no more candles till this time next year.
Yeah, that's the same thing that I do. Like I don't want to. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they make it look like they having a sale. Oh, 3-wick candles is $12.95. Oh, okay, they're $11.95. Nah, $10 for a candle. That's you can't beat that.
You know, I got that coupon spirit, honey. Since I know I can get them for $7, $8, $9, $10, I'd be damned if I paid $20 anything. I'm not paying $10 for the goddamn candle.
Now I will get the single wick ones
but
when they go on sale.
Those are always on sale.
I don't always see them on sale.
They usually 2 for something all the time.
Oh, I don't.
Those are the ones Dominique likes to get.
I get them when they're like. I think one time they were like $5.95 a candle. So $6. I'm like, cool. I spent $6 on the single wick one.
Yeah, those are good in my bathroom. I need some big candles because they smell up my whole house.
Pretty much, yeah. When I showed you what I did upstairs, we was going down, and so I was like, damn, I smell that candle all the way up here, and it's in the living room.
That was a nice little. I did not plan on going into the store, but I was persuaded, should I say? Yeah. So I went into the store, but I still ended up going online.
And still buying some candles.
Just so y'all know, I'm not greedy. I bought the candles for people that I felt could, by sending that gift to them will make them smile.
Well, I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Send the comments all you want to. I went online and bought 9 more candles for myself, so I'm stocked up for the year. So total, I got what? 24 and I bought 9, so that's what 33 candles for the year. So I can burn 2 candles a month and be good to go.
But you ain't gonna burn 2.
I'm probably not. Sometimes we forget to light them hoes.
I will. I'm probably gonna do about 4 candles a month.
But see, you don't light a candle. You just leave it lit all day because someone's always home. Me, I'm not always home. Like I always make sure safety first. Even though I just lit that shit, I'm gonna blow it out before I leave the house.
Yeah, I don't need to walk in my house to smell like food. I know I sound weird, but I like my house to smell clean. Inviting. Ain't no shade to nobody's house. You walk in and smell like food, but I'm just not that person. I don't want it to smell like food when I come to my house, except for when I'm cooking.
Yeah.
But not like I'm just walking in for work. Like, damn, I still smell fucking fried chicken. That's from 3 days ago.
Yo, let's talk about this Diddy thing. So. Okay. I'm pretty sure everyone knows Cassie, his ex-girlfriend, who they've been separated for a while. She's married, got a kid. You know what I'm saying? She filed a lawsuit for abuse and, was it rape allegations too? I don't think it was rape. I know it was abuse.
That was in there. I actually have the transcript.
But anywho, Diddy and his company Diddy and his reps ended up settling the case, and I have my feelings on why it was settled. But what I also see is it's like a domino effect. When someone comes out and files a lawsuit against you for, i.e., sexual assault, sexual harassment, abuse, even whether it's verbal, physical, any type of allegations that's like kind of encompassed with the Me Too movement. Okay. It seems like once you're accused, then a lot of other people, so now it's supposed to be like 7 women trying to come forward with the same allegations. He's no longer involved with this charity that he was involved with. You know what I'm saying? It's a domino effect. Like now, a lot of people don't want to be associated with you from this allegation, but at the same time, I'm just like, well, it's been settled. You don't really know what's true and what's not true. Yeah, it is something negative, but are we really the type of people that's just like, boom, you cancel, that's it, it's over, like no forgiveness? Like,
that is the society we live in. Cancel culture is motherfucking real. Now, it's sad to say that that's the society we live in, but that's what it is. Now, his the case was, I mean, they came to a settlement within less than 24 hours. That part of it, everybody's like, well, he must be guilty. He settled so fast, but people don't look at the actual really dive into the legal side of that.
Mhm.
So Diddy's business is a corporation. So you remember, if you know anything about your corporation, you have to have trustees. I want to say the trustees. I think it's trustees and officers. So in the case, I guess because of what her allegations were or whatever, I don't know if they flip a coin and say, well, shit, we gonna vote or whatever. But I know that it wasn't solely his decision to settle within 24 hours. Honestly, as far as we know, he may have had no choice in the matter at all because of the way that corporation runs. Now, with people not wanting to be associated with him, my thing is, did he built himself? He built his brand on his own. He did it once, he can do it again. But it's all going to boil down to, did you actually do what she said you did?
Mhm.
Now, I read the shit. I think it's a strong possibility. But, I mean, that still shouldn't matter. We all have private lives for a reason. Because it makes you wonder, like, if he actually did, you know what I'm saying, this is me playing devil's advocate. If he actually did everything that she said he did, why would you stay around for so long? That was 10 years of this shit being raped, being sex trafficked, being beat the fuck up and shit like that.
I don't believe in the sex. I don't believe in the sex trafficking. I don't believe that. I don't believe in the rape part. But again, people have different definitions of what sex trafficking is, what rape is, and all that type of stuff.
So in New York, the reason why she was able to claim sex trafficking was because of when these things were being committed, they were in different states and different hotels. So that's where the trafficking part came in.
But like, again,
she found it in New York, so she fell under some kind of loophole, like where she was able to. Because I think she had to file it. Whatever had to be filed, the way it was explained to me, it had to be filed before like November 24th or something like that.
I remember Young Jock, he was on Vlad TV, and he had talked about how, like, Diddy just had his way of getting people to do what he wanted them to do, i.e., he said, I can't remember exactly what he said, but I remember him mentioning how he had seen a chick, I guess he was in a club with Cassie, he had seen a chick, maybe a stripper or something, walking around and had half of her head shaved off. And Jock mentioned how Diddy had mentioned that to Cassie. It was like, yeah, well, maybe you should do that. That'll be a different look for you. And the next thing you know, Cassie then came in the room with half of her head shaved off.
Yeah,
so I definitely see, but I feel like that happens in a lot of people's relationships and a lot of people's marriages, where it could be the woman can be responsible for it too, but most of the time the man can have some type of his way with his girlfriend or his wife, to the point where that wife will submit and do what the husband or the boyfriend wants them to do. Like, you know how, for example, Medea's Family Reunion, the movie, how she was panicking about, I had to take my cell phone, I gotta take my cell phone. She knew if she didn't have her phone, that motherfucker called her and she don't answer, he was gonna come home, whip her ass, and that's exactly what he did. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely see that situation, but I'm not saying it's not I'm not saying it's not unique, but I feel like it's
more common.
It's more common. Like, so my thing is, everyone's like, man, I believe that shit. I believe that shit. Yeah, I kind of believe it too, but there's a couple of your friends walking around here in that same fucking situation. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's not the norm, but it's more often than we think it is. Just because their shit is public don't mean nothing.
Yeah, she said in the when I was reading the shit's like 34 pages. She was saying in there, like, one of the times when she was trying to leave him or whatever, every time she would, like, pretty much set herself up where she could leave or whatever, somebody from his entourage or somebody that was in his circle would always persuade her, like, yo, that ain't what you want to do. So I do believe he was very persuasive in his ways and his manners to get her to do things.
Manipulative, brainwash, all that stuff.
But I think there's a strong possibility that some of this shit, that he did a good percentage of it, because I think about men, and when it comes to like sex and shit, like especially when you a person of that stature, usually they want to see you fuck other bitches. Everybody that that she was expected to have sex with was a man, and they had to be they had to be large. She said in the transcript that like she would spend days and weeks recovering from those shit. I forgot what they called them.
I'm gonna have to go and read this.
That's what I said. The reason why I think I could be wrong. I'm just saying this is my personal opinion. The reason why I think that this could be actual factual information because she was so meticulous in telling this story down to certain details. Like they wouldn't have been details nobody could could have made up. You would have had to be there to know that it had to be this brand or this razor or something like that.
But some women, I'm not saying her. Mm-hmm. I mean, I believe majority of her stuff is true. I do believe that. But again, I wasn't there. I wasn't in the room. Right. I wasn't watching on the camera what they was doing, whatever, blah blah blah. But then you got these chicks like, the girl that accused Usher of giving her herpes.
Whatever happened to that?
Some people was like,
oh no, I ain't heard about
that. But now look at Usher now. He's serenading all these celebrity women at his residency. Like Usher is doing his damn thing. But years ago, everybody was like, "Ooh, Usher got herpes out here giving girls herpes and all this shit." You know what I'm saying?
People real quick to say, to have an opinion about somebody's situation. But what they fail to realize, it's a good bit of the population in these same scenarios.
Oh, they said it's it's one out of every 2 people that got it.
But my thing is,
but it's almost like the norm now.
I'm telling everybody, hey, I'm a walking billboard for fucking herpes. Who the fuck would know? Like, man, your business. As long as you disclose the information between you and that person, nobody else needs to know that information.
Right. I don't blame. So going back to Diddy, I don't blame him or his company, whatever, for settling because we don't want another Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case where that shit was out in the public and now it's he say, she say. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that in our community when we have other things to focus on, like Black Lives Matter, Black Excellence, all this other stuff. You know what I mean? There's other things that we need to focus on. But I'm happy it's been settled. You know what I'm saying? Her name's not being dragged through the mud because some people probably, think that she's lying. And he is a staple in our Black community, regardless of what he's done, what he hasn't done. So, like, we wouldn't have more money, more problems, and Biggie and all this other stuff without him.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
The one thing I was thinking, like,
everybody, I feel like everybody has their demons.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Everybody got their demons.
Got a whole skeleton.
And then those with those demons, they have the money and the funds to play with those demons. Should I say that?
Yeah, well, hopefully we don't know. Like they did say they didn't tell what the settlement was for.
Right.
So let's just hope that he can recover from this, you know what I mean? But also for Cassie, because I feel like of both parties, if in fact everything that she said happened in the transcript actually happened, I just feel bad for her, and I just pray that she continues to get the help that she needs. Because that baby gonna need fucking therapy for the rest of her fucking life.
Oh yeah, for
like
sure.
If you read this, you like, what the fuck? This shit read like a motherfucking book.
What I remember when they first got together, I'm like, don't they got like 20, 25 year gap? Like, I'm looking at Diddy like, what you... I mean, we're gonna get to that topip here in a second, but it's like
that, like, why do you want somebody that much younger than you? Like I feel like certain people of certain stature, they want their spouse, their significant others to be much younger than them, so that they can manipulate them. They can, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't manipulate. I mean, you probably can, some grown women, but a person that's more mature, you wouldn't have been able to she wouldn't have been going along with half this shit.
Right. So that goes to, that just blends us right into one of our topics that we're going to talk about today. So it says, could you seriously date someone in the same age group as your parents?
Like now? Or like we
no, so okay, let's say right now, could you date someone in your age group as your parents? And okay, say you 2021 and your parents was like in their 40s. Could you see yourself dating somebody, sleeping with somebody in that age group?
Okay, so now,
okay, yeah.
I think that's disgusting.
So your parents are what age? Wait.
So my parents are. My mama just said my daddy about to be 65, and my mom's about to be. She will turn 62.
But now not to interrupt you, but now it's like people in their 60s They not walking around here looking like they in their 60s.
I don't give a fuck. I don't want no sugar.
I'm just saying.
That's nasty.
You may walk up and be like, damn, he cute. And then you're like, yeah, I'm 58. Oh.
You have to be a gazillionaire.
So he gotta have some money.
Yeah, because that's nasty. I would still be expected to perform.
But is it nasty if you're 20, 21 and that person is 45, 46? Is it still nasty?
Oh, that was a little touchy. I'm gonna say, but 40 is not old.
Right. It used to be, but now it's not.
I don't think I could have.
We're aging better now.
Because even when I was 21, my mama was in her 40s. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say no, but I do see it more often than not. These 45-year-olds, 40-year-olds, they getting these young. I don't know why the fuck you want to raise somebody else's kids. That's what the fuck you got to do. But hey, to each his motherfucking own.
For me, I couldn't date. So my mom is in her mid 50s. Yeah, I couldn't date someone. I couldn't see spending the rest of my life with someone in that age group. Could I go and hang out and maybe have good conversation? If you didn't look that age, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Cause I met one guy. He was 48, and I'm like, ooh, that's touching the cup right there.
But I'm saying, would you have been willing to, if y'all was on y'all Coronas and y'all on your own shit, do you think you would have been able to have any type of casual sex with that person or?
I don't think.
See, that's the part. That's why I say no.
Yeah.
Like we can be friends.
Yeah, we can hang out, kick it. I can be your wing woman, you can be my wingman. We can go out, but us dun.
Because when you like my daddy age, that's like my daddy said 1 year I had to be like, I might have been like 33, maybe your age. When he said he was like, yeah, I'm about to get me a girlfriend your age. What? Do you hear yourself?
Right.
That motherfucker was fucking serious motherfucking heart attack. I was like, that you nasty as hell. He was like, well, I spent my time with your mama and she don't want me. And I'm like, first of all, that shit still a long time ago. Why would you want somebody the same age as your daughters?
Now, I will say, when I first came into the military, I came in when I was I joined when I was 18, but I didn't get to my first duty section or whatever, so I was 19. But in 19, 20, I caught the attention of someone in their 40s, and we was, what I want to say, doing gymnastics around that motherfucker. That's all I would say about that. And then we got to the point.
Y'all was really good. Yeah, y'all was doing gymnastics already.
Yeah, we got to the point where we end up living together too. So that was cool, but I just saw it as a temporary thing. You know what I mean? Did we have feelings for each other? I don't think so. I think we just enjoyed each other's company. We enjoyed the physical of it. We would sit and have good communication and all that type of stuff, but that's all that it was. And I feel like that's all it was ever going to be. But I think after that, I just, like you said, females mature faster than males. So I think my personality and how mature I was, how I had a great head on my shoulders, I attracted a lot of the older guys. So I ended up messing with guys in their 30s and in their 40s. So, but the oldest I've ever dated, he was exactly 20 years older than me. Now, will I do that shit now? No. Now I'm 33. Do I see myself messing around with a 19, 20, 21 year old? The way these young adults are nowadays, I'm good. I'm good.
How old you is?
I'm good.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Like you come in and try to make me breakfast and where's the can opener? How do you crack an egg? Nah, I'm good.
Drink for me to even entertain you. Mm-mm. But then it's just like.
Now the youngest I messed around, what was he? He was 28. I was 32. He was 28. Yeah, that's it. But I still felt like, I'm like, damn, you fucking 20 something years old. Like, you young.
Hey, mama gotta have a life too, goddamn. Shit. But they say age ain't nothing but a number. You got me a drink, we can talk.
Yeah, but I do want either my age or someone just a little bit older than me.
Yeah, like, I don't know. There's nothing against those who are looking for people that are like, because there are a lot of people that I follow on TikTok and on social media that they have those relationships where there's like 20 years in between, and they are like happy. That's
Yeah.
not, in my opinion, I think that's like a once in a lifetime type thing where the stars and the planets align to where y'all would have the same interests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's usually not the case.
It's just it's rare now. Now I'm gonna talk about my nieces and my nephews. So would I be okay with them dating someone my age? At the end of the day, it's not my choice as long as it's legal, cool. But I'm gonna give them the tea. You know what I'm saying? So if they were 18, 19, by the time they're 18, 19, I'm gonna be what 38, 39. If they were be like, hey, this is my partner, this is my boyfriend, girlfriend, so and so. Okay, well, how old are you? Oh, well, I'm 37. Okay, what the fuck you want with?
Exactly.
And yeah, it's legal, but what the fuck you doing with? You can't find nobody your own age. You know what I'm saying?
What is your ulterior motive? Like, what do you expect to gain from this relationship? Because you do understand this baby still got milk behind their ears.
Exactly. And then, but the one thing I'm like, look, if my nieces, my nephew, if they're happy, cool. But I'm gonna still spill some tea with them. Like, look, there's gonna be some things that you want to do that they've already done.
Right.
They've done it 10 times over. You know what I'm saying? So take that into account.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when people at that age have baggage.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to deal with that too.
Families, kids, ex-wife, baby mama.
Especially if they have a child that's 5-6 years younger than you, and their children have something to say about it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different scenarios, so many situations that you're gonna have to deal with when you're dating someone in that age.
I probably would just discourage them altogether from that because I feel like in some way, shape, or form, they're gonna be the ones that's gonna be robbed. Because especially think about a situation where this man comes into the picture and he has like an ex-wife and like 5 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like what my sister's going through right now. Like her friend, she really cares for him.
Mm-hmm.
But he came with baggage. She got an ex-wife and he got kids.
Right.
So sometimes like the attention that she is requiring, he can't give that to her because he has children.
Right.
My sister don't have no kids.
Right.
So that's something I would look at with my niece. Like, if you got kids and you like a fresh spring chicken, I'm gonna tell you to fucking run. I ain't gonna say no, get what you can out of them. Like, if you want to buy you, take you on trips, okay, whatever. But that should not be your main focus. Your main focus should be to live your life. You know what I'm saying? You got forever to be somebody's mother. Last thing you want to do is be playing stepmothers to some kids, and he don't even end up wanting to put a ring on.
Mm-hmm.
You selling yourself short.
I mentioned this to my friend. I was like, you sitting here talking about how you throw these girls backs out, these 20, 21-year-olds. Okay, cool. What if your daughter decides to join the military and they say, she getting her back blown out by senior chief such and such or whatever the case may be? Are you gonna feel some type of way about it? He was like, well, maybe, but you're doing the same thing. Well, exactly. You're saying you would do the same thing. Like, you don't have a problem with it, but if it was your daughter, you feel differently.
Oh, you know they always do.
You know what I'm saying?
Always do.
So
I'm a firm believer. Treat me the way you want somebody to treat your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That's really how I'm just saying. Like, treat my daughter the same way you want somebody to treat your daughter. That's all I can ask. Like, right. But I hope that I've done my job as a parent, and my husband, hopefully we've done our job as parents to where our kids don't want to, that's not their focus to go after somebody that's much older. Yeah. So my first thing gonna be, what the fuck you trying to do? Yeah. And then she got a daddy.
And then it's at the same time, it's like, I feel like we're going to, once I have my child, I feel like we're going to instill in them, like, don't bring anyone home to me unless you're the utmost serious about this person. Right. I.e., like, don't just bring no random person you've been dating for 6 months home to meet your family.
Because one thing about it, you ain't teaching no old dog no new tricks. If anybody gets in school, it's gonna be you.
We gonna smell bullshit before you pull in the driveway.
That's right.
Oh man. All right, so we're gonna talk about our next topic. So the question is, which is the hardest for you to say? I apologize, I need help, I love you, or I was wrong?
I need help.
Okay, why is that?
I've just always been one of those people where, I help everybody. and I feel like when I've gone through my situations, if you got eyes, you can see I'm going through some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I shouldn't have to ask you for help. But the fact that you know I need help, or you can know I need help, and you choose not to help me, don't worry. I ain't gonna ask you for no help because I know me. I'm gonna get this shit done. I'm gonna make shit happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is one thing about me. It's hard for me to say I need help now. I've learned over the years how everybody needs help. You know, everybody needs help in some capacity. But for a long time, just because of my upbringing, just because of who I am, like, it's hard for me to ask people to do shit for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't be having all the damn time. I don't have all the time for you to drag your ass and I ask you to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you like 2 chances to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna fucking do it myself.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to ask that. I think it's a little easier for me now, but that's something I've always struggled with, asking for help.
I think 2 of these for me. So the first one will be is I love you. And I think that could be fresh off of my situation that I just got out of, i.e. just got divorced. I think right now I'm in a situation where I am like nervous, I'm scared, probably terrified to tell someone that I love them again because I feel like that phrase is such a special phrase to tell someone because it's like, okay, cool, I'm letting you know how I feel. I'm giving you my all by telling you this. That's just what I believe. And then for it to turn out to not be what you thought it was in that moment. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I'm terrified of probably getting hurt again. I'm terrified of giving someone my all again just for it to turn around and backfire and not be what I thought it was. So that's where I'm at right now. Now, could I, in the future tell someone I love them? Yeah, I know I can do it, but right now, that's a little bit iffy for me.
Okay.
The other one is I was wrong. Now, I'm not afraid of. Hear me out. You made that face like, what you mean? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because a part of me, I'm gonna say this is me, period. So for me to say I'm wrong, I can do it. I can own my shit. But then there's also a part of me that's like, damn, how can I make it up to this person? There's some things you can't make up. There's some things that's gonna take time for that other person to get over. Me, when I'm gonna own it and be vulnerable and say I was wrong, I'm always gonna feel like, well, damn, how can I make it up to this person? Sometimes I feel like I have to go do this for them, or I have to go buy them something, or you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's like, damn, well, how can I make it up to this person to where kind of like what I did can be erased? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that that's a part of us being human. Like, saying I was wrong, owning your shit is like, I'm human. I made a mistake. But I think you should be a little kinder to yourself.
But I think where I'm coming from is just like they say with trust, right? Trust is like a piece of paper. But once you violate that trust, you ball up that piece of paper. And now that piece of paper is never going to be flat. Now that paper has wrinkles and stuff in it. It's never going to be the same.
Okay.
You see where I'm coming from? So it's like, you do that, you've done something wrong, just pull it up. There you go, and then you gotta tighten it at the bottom. Girl, this girl done dropped her mic all the way down.
I'm over here like, oh shit.
No, the bottom part, this part right here, the little twisty part at the bottom. Yeah, you gotta tighten it. Yeah. What was I talking about? Damn, I lost my damn train of thought. But yeah, so now you've done this wrong thing. You went back and apologized. You've owned it. But you can't control that person's reaction.
Right.
You can't control how they feel about it, and you can't control when they're gonna be over the situation. You have people that like to throw shit back in your face 2 or 3 years down the road. Well, remember when you did this? So it's like, I can say I was wrong, but now I'm afraid of, well, damn, does that automatically permanently stain how you see me, and how can I make it up to you? And there's some things you just can't make up. That's where I'm coming from. So I'm in fear of the consequences after I say I was wrong.
But that's why I said, with that, like, that's just part of us being human. You have to be a little kinder to yourself because, yes, you said you were wrong. you violated this person in some way, shape, fashion, or form. And yes, it is their right to take whatever time that they need to get over whatever you did.
Mm-hmm.
But you shouldn't spend your time trying to necessarily make it up to them. You know, I mean, I'm saying you shouldn't have to feel like you owe it to them to kind of like to continually try to make it up to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the whole point of admitting, I apologize, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm human.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say you gotta be kind, a little bit easier on yourself.
But I saw something today. It says kids make mistakes, adults make decisions. Do you believe in that?
I do.
Mm.
But I also think, yeah, because when we talk about mistakes with adults, the shit these motherfuckers be calling mistakes, like, oh, I accidentally cheated on you. No, motherfucker, that was a decision.
Exactly.
A mistake was, bitch, I dropped this refrigerator on your toe. That's a mistake.
Right.
But, like, yeah, I agree with that.
They was like, yeah, no more apologies or no more accepting apologies in 2024. Kids make mistakes, adults make decisions. No, we're human, like you said.
Yeah.
We're still going to make mistakes that will warrant an apology. But as long as you are vulnerable enough and grown enough to make that apology and be sincere and adult about it, like forgiveness should be granted.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that 100,000%. I wish I could say that no more apologizing, because we're not making mistakes. But I feel like at the point where you're not making a mistake, mistakes grow us.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're perfect, what is the point of you being on this planet?
Right.
Like it's not on glory. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But mistakes help us grow, and they shape the people that we want to be,
mm-hmm.
that we are aiming to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think we need mistakes, but I feel that adults make decision shit.
Mm-hmm. I felt it too. That's why I said it. I'm like, damn, that's some true shit. Like,
yeah, that shit that it do hit home.
Yeah.
I think mistakes have to be made in some capacity
in order for you to make better decisions.
Exactly.
Boom.
You took the word out.
Ooh, that's some tea for that. Cheers. Cheers. Clink, clink, clink on that. All right. So why do you think it would be hard for someone to say I apologize?
They just assholes.
Damn, that's it? They assholes?
Yeah, cause like I mean, I say that because I think my husband's an asshole. I don't think he apologizes. Like
really?
I'm trying to think like jokingly, yes.
Okay, yeah, jokingly, but yeah, like shit, you did something, you said something.
He did some fuck shit earlier this week. That motherfucker still ain't apologized. And he ain't gonna apologize. My daddy said the same thing. He was like, yo, you might as well. He was like, what did he do? So I told him. My daddy was like, that's tough. He was like, well, what do you want him to do? I was like, Daddy, to be truthfully honest, I'm already over this shit. I said, but I want this motherfucker to apologize because he pissed me off. Mm-hmm. My daddy was like, well, shit, he a man, it ain't gonna happen.
For me, so my apologies can be a little bit delayed because, and hear me out, everybody like, delayed? Fuck you mean delayed? So I will be upset or in a mood about something that does not concern you, but you gonna get the aftermath of that shit. Like, I may like not answer your question, I may sass you, or I may roll my eyes. It is nothing towards you. I'm just in my feelings about something that happened earlier today, whether it was at work, whether it was in traffic. I'm just in a mood about something. So yeah, I'll probably give off that bad energy in that moment, but then later on I'll go and have a self-counseling session with myself. Like I'll be somewhere, I'm like, damn, or the next day I'm like, damn, you was acting like an asshole yesterday, or you was acting like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You need to go back and apologize, and that's what I'm gonna be like, hey, I know yesterday I came home in a fit, I had a whole attitude, I said something I wasn't supposed to say. You know what I'm saying? I apologize, my bad. I was in the mood about this. It was nothing towards you. You know what I'm saying? So my apologies will be delayed, but I have no issue apologizing. It's just I need to get over, because most of the time it's me. I need to get out of my own head, get out of my own way, but I do need time to process my shit to figure out, like, hold on, is it really him? Or is it something else that's pissed you off? And then I'll come back and apologize later.
I wouldn't say, I think the average person's apology is probably delayed, because the biggest part of that as being a mature adult is having self-awareness. So at the time that you're going through that, you don't even realize that he catching all this shit. Like, goddamn, he taking this shit left and right.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get a chance to go to sleep and sleep on that shit, you're like, damn, I was a real bitch to this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That was my bad. Let me apologize. I do the same thing. I'm very self-aware of my actions. For the most part, I would say at least 96% of the time, I'm very self-aware of my actions. If I am an asshole to you, chances are you may be being an asshole to you. And, you know, the person I live with makes me be an asshole to him. He acts cool. I feel like he do his due diligence to make sure I'm an asshole to him. But I love him, even though that's that's my homie other friend. But I don't just wake up and be like,
he be tap dancing on my nerves. I have to get up and leave, yo. Why Courtney leave? You know why she left.
Tap dancing on his tippy toes on my goddamn nerves. He be like, it's a brand motherfucker for now.
I be like, oh no, he not about to kill my vibe. Boy, I'll see you later. I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm going home. Like you gotta stay and live with that shit. I don't.
Exactly. But I'm just saying, like, even like it take a lot for me to just be a real dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
So if I fuck up, I do something like you would say I do things sometimes, and I be like, that was not my intent. Like out of everything I said, that's what you heard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I made you feel that way because that definitely was not my intention. Like people that I love and I fuck with, it's never gonna be my intention to be a real dickhead to you.
Mm-hmm.
Usually that's for people outside of myself for the most part. You know what I mean? Cause I mean I love to think that I'm a really good person. I'm pretty good at reading the room and shit. It takes a lot out of me to be an asshole. Cause my level of being an asshole is on a whole other fucking level. So I try not to be an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't realize or he say something or you say something like, yo, it's like I came and apologized earlier when we went to dinner. I was like, when I thought about everything, I was like, yeah, that was real fucked up. Mm-hmm. But that was just me being self-aware.
Yeah,
like, how would that have made me feel? It could have potentially made you feel a certain kind of way. Mm-hmm. And that was never my intention. So I'm very self-aware of situations. I may not catch it right then and there depending on how bad I'm in my feelings. But the minute I do, I'll pick up the phone and be like, yo, I fucked up. I'm so sorry. Mm-hmm. Again, charge it to my head, not to my heart. Because that's not who I am to people that I fuck with.
Right. No, I get it. I know you already talked about I need help. I don't like to inconvenience people.
Me either.
So sometimes it depends on who it is and what I'm asking them for. I think my biggest thing is, again, inconveniencing people. So obviously when you need to move big things, you need a big vehicle. I eat a truck. I don't have a truck. That's why I'm like working on getting a truck. So if I need to move some big shit, I just need a couple people to come over and help me move it in and off of the truck. But it's little things like that. I think ever since I got out on my own, I always strive to always make sure that I am my own safety net.
Yes.
I hate that I don't have outside of me a safety net, but I operate in the fashion of I don't have a safety net. Let me always make sure I can take care of what I need to take care of. So the bills is always gonna be paid. I'm always gonna have a roof over my head, food to eat. I'm always gonna make sure that. But do I have a problem? Like, say I'm in a bond and I need to ask someone for some money or whatever like that. I don't have a problem asking, but I will be selective as to who I'm asking of. You know what I mean? But I feel like I will probably dwindle my savings before I go out and ask. And some people don't think about that. And I know some people don't do that, and I can't stand it. And it's like, oh, you just like seeing that number that's in your savings account, but you're going to go out here and ask someone for money when you have it in your savings account. Yeah. Like, you can't take that money with you when you pass. So if you need money, you go tap into your savings account. That's what you have to do.
I think humans can solve their own problems. I'm one of those people. I'm with you. If, for one, I struggle with asking for help. So if I'm coming to you, asking you for help, you better know you was my last motherfucking resort. Mm-hmm. Like, I already depleted all of my safety net, all of my saving funds. I got all the money from under the bed and all that shit. Like this, I don't have any other choice but to ask you. Mm-hmm. But nah.
And then also when you're asking that person for help, or let's just say for the people who's helping others, don't hold it over their head. For one, now you can have a conversation with that person. So say you lend someone money, and this happens a lot. You lend someone money. Next thing you know, they off in fucking Cancun,
Yeah.
Jamaica somewhere, fucking partying on vacation. Was like, motherfucker, didn't I just let you borrow $500?
Exactly.
Like where my money at? You know what I'm saying? I don't like those type of people that go and ask for money, and they have no plan, no interest into paying you back. Like, if I borrow money from you, you will want me to pay you back. So it should be the same way around. I can't stand people that's like that. So it's like, you got one time to borrow money from me. Now, most of the time, if you borrow money from me, especially the first time, I already know I'm not getting it back, or I'm not even looking to give it back. But if I see you put forth action to give it back to me, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say, you know what, keep it. Keep it for the next time you need something or whatever, or you in a bond, like, hold on to it. Now I know next time when you in dire need to borrow money from me, I know you're gonna make it your mission to pay me back because you have that type of spirit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I have no problem like asking for help when it comes to, I need advice about this. Now I am picky and choosy about who I'm asking advice to, and the certain advice that I need, because sometimes I have those people in my life that's like, damn, if I tell them this, how are they going to feel about me after the decision that I made and the advice that they're going to give me after fact? Like, are they going to look at me different? Are they going to look at me a different type of way? So I am.
You have like people in your circle that you think they would look at you a different way?
I wouldn't. I'm not going to say circle. I'm just going to say people in general. Like, I wouldn't say.
I know you ain't just telling random strangers your business.
I wouldn't say look at me a different type of way. I think it would be more so like, damn, how did you get yourself in this position? Like, you're better than this. You know what I'm saying? Being vulnerable with that person that you're talking to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. But I feel like we've been friends. Like,
oh yeah, I can tell you anything and everything. There's gonna be no judgment.
I know about like a few of your friends. I like to think that. Well, I guess maybe I was wrong. Maybe, I wouldn't think that they would judge you like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It might not be judgment. Just be like, well, damn, how did you let this happen? I'm still gonna support you and all this type of stuff. But even though they may not say it, I still probably think that they're like, damn, I can't believe, that happened to her. She let herself get to that point. It would affect me just a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, it would affect me.
Like, you don't want to disappoint someone. You know what I mean? Like, damn, if I tell them this happened, I'm going to disappoint that person. I don't want to disappoint people.
I get it. I think maybe that sounds better.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
I don't know if I have anybody in my circle that I would give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like my circle, y'all know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I don't have anybody that I would have to so much worry about disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Which is cool, yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong. You bitches might surprise the fuck out of me one day. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I like to think that we've been around each other since we were younger, and we've all grown and evolved in different ways.
Yeah.
And life been lifing for all of us, goddammit. So it's like, hell, I was in a situation like, remember when I was going to the shit with my daughter's father? We was like, this shit like watching a motherfucking movie.
Yo, and it's funny. Like, it's funny that you brought that up, because I was just thinking about it. Because I was like, damn, everything that's coming out of her mouth is negative, but I get it. Like, and I was like, that's why I was like, I know we are truly, truly best friends, i.e. soulmates, because I'm like, I'm listening to her. I'm sticking with her through this. She's complaining about everything. She's nitpicking about everything, but I get it. She's upset about the situations that's going on, and she's looking at everything. She was looking at everything with a magnifying glass. Like you could be in the kitchen washing dishes, and why this fucking stain won't come out this fucking cup? And it's like, damn, it's a fucking cup, dog.
Yeah, life was fucking light in one motherfucking.
Like, I remember when we went to Universal. Yeah, things was expensive, but I was like, damn, Gloria, like, can you seize the moment? But now I remember. Well, no, I know the food was expensive, and I remember we was eating inside the park, and I remember we were standing in line. I remember to this day we were standing in line for the Superman ride, and it was hot. And the lady in front of us had her 2 boys, and she pulled out some Lunchables. And you was like, I wish I had known I could bring some fucking snacks to this fucking park. I would have brought Lunchables and all this shit, spending money on all this expensive food. And I was just standing there like, Like, dang, that
But
is
I don't
smart
even
that she
think
brought
that was the
Lunchables.
I don't even think that situation really bothered me the way it was. I just think because
Was
the
it
way
the heat?
no, it was because remember the event that happened right before we got there.
Mm-hmm.
So life was just fucking whooping my ass. Like so everything was fucking bothering me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm definitely glad that we went. And you know, it helped me move forward and get to where I am now. But
And I felt like, and I was super young at that time too, and I felt like I have no space to say anything on how she should act because I'm not in her situation. But being older now,
yeah.
and being at where we are now, it's like I'm glad I didn't say anything because I understand what you was going through. You know what I'm saying? And you,
I was still expecting to keep a smile on my face
and then it's like not,
everything.
yeah, and then not to have your feelings and animosity trickle down to Kayla. You know what I mean? Like
that was the hardest part.
yeah. But I look back and I'm like, yeah, man, she was fucking off the fucking chain.
I was.
Like,
I mean, I was livid. Like this, and you know. But I'm just saying, like, even though, you know, when we went to Florida and everything, fast forward to 2023, I don't feel like, I feel like our relationship is just as good today as it was then. I never felt like, while I was going through that situation, any of them shit, I feel like you've been there for all of them.
I just sat there, I sat there and listened. I listened.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you've been there since I was like 23 for all of them.
Pretty much.
So it's like, well, maybe like 25, 26. But I'm just saying, it's like, I never felt at any point like you were judging me. You know what I mean? It was just like, God, why am I living through this fucking
I just kept telling myself, I was like, I'm gonna stick through this with my friend. She needs someone to vent to. She needs someone to listen to her. Even if I'm like tune her out and she's still fucking talking, you know what I'm saying? She just needs someone to listen to her. Like, cause trust me, I get it. Cause going through my divorce, like we've had so many conversations. It's just, you know what I'm saying? We've talked about it. You know, all the stories I've told. And yeah, it's a part of me is venting, but there's also a part of me is like, did this make sense to you? You know what I'm saying? Cause you know.
Yeah, it'd be like the hurt, like the fucking audacity was my thing for every situation. Like maybe if I was a fucking straight bitch, like maybe I would have, cause I was watching shitty people get had the life they was living. I'm like, I'm over here being a decent human being, and life is whooping my ass.
Yep.
But you know,
it was a season. You was going through that season. Like right now,
like that season was never fucking ending.
But it did, right?
It did, thank God.
Cause I look now, like when I come over now, I'm like, oh my God, like she got such a beautiful family. You know, even though she's, you know, talking about the kids and how they get on her nerve. I'm like, she got a husband sitting in here that supports her in anything and everything. She's back at active duty now, getting that first and the 15th highest paycheck. You know what I mean? You're on your way, you know, to retirement. Like things have completely turned around. Like you have a nice, loving family, and they love you to death. I.e., calling you when you coming home. Like,
I love them little crumb snatches too. I'm saying that's funny you said that. I just thought about this meme. I seen the dude was like, they was asking him about his kids or whatever. And when first they showed him with kids, and he was just like talking to them like they were little motherfucking people. And so he was like, well, I'm gonna have to leave or whatever, or something like that. And he was like, oh, well, I want to take them with me. And he was like, the dude was like, why? He was, I like them little bastards. I was like, I love my kids. Like I could not imagine life without them. God is good. The creator of the universe definitely aligned everything for me because, honey. 2016, you know, life.
You keep talking about that shit.
But I mean, I had a great time. But I'm just saying, I couldn't have seen back then that I would be where I am today.
That's what I thought this year was gonna be. I.e., you know, what I'm saying I had a starting five with a couple sitting on the bench. You know what I mean? But I think I just like emptied all that, got rid of all that, because I'm like, you know, I just want to chill and kick it by myself. I want to be able to just hit them up, but like, hey, come over when I want them to come over, or not having to fulfill their needs and what they got going on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Always be on your time.
Yeah. So, because I felt like, damn, let me text him good morning, or let me respond to his text. Now I'm just like, if I feel like I feel like if
right.
If I talk to you, I talk to you. If I don't, I don't. Like, I'm just kicking it and chilling right now, because I feel like when I'm in a relationship, I am in that relationship. I'm gonna make sure we done on the regular. Make sure you are fed. If not once a day, you know what I'm saying?
We should call it
I'm gonna make sure you're taking care of. Like, I want to take care of my man because again, I want my man to take care of me. And right now, I am happy with not doing that right now because it just takes a lot.
It does take a lot. And honestly, I think where you are, it's a beautiful position. When you get there and you're comfortable with, you loving on you, you doing what's best for you, that's a beautiful place to be because you can say, shit, I feel like dealing with you today. I don't feel like dealing with you tomorrow.
And I be feeling
bad,
what?
I ain't gotta pick up no, like you said, I ain't gotta check on you, see how the fuck you doing.
Right.
I can send you a text. Oh, you busy? Next.
Like right now, I ain't got a plan on what I'm gonna cook tonight, or what we gonna eat tonight, or what we gonna do tonight, what we doing this weekend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about none of that shit. Like I'll be getting text messages, hey, good morning, hey, how are you, and I just be like, I don't even want to respond. Well, not even that. And I know it's simple. It's a simple good morning text, but it's like I don't want to respond.
No.
I don't. And look, I responded like noon. Oh, good. How are you?
I'm an asshole. You know what I do? I just send a fucking sun emoji. God damn it.
I'll be feeling bad, but then sometimes I'm like, hey, it's just human. I'm just doing me. I'm chilling.
It's your season not to feel bad because it's your season to just put you first. Like, I think so often women, we get so caught up in loving everybody around us, our families, our kids, our friends, and we forget about us. So this is a good season. Look, when I was there, I loved it. Look, cause like you said, hoes get old. I got tired of that shit real fast. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna love on me. So I mean.
Yeah, sponsoring the team was hard as hell. Damn, man. I'm for real,
Man.
And keeping up with them too. Like, yeah, what we doing? When I started mixing their asses, I was like, all right, I need to find some of these motherfuckers. They gotta go. I'm sorry. Oh man, was there something else we were supposed to talk about? I feel like there was like one more thing we were supposed to talk about.
Questions. We did that one. We did Cassie.
There was something else before, like we started recording that you had mentioned. I was like, oh, about the trip for the kids. Let's talk about that real quick. We already at an hour, but we can talk about that real quick.
Okay.
Just throw the scenario out there.
All right, here's the scenario, y'all. So you plan a trip to go to
New York,
and you and your kid. Your kid has their best friends, and so you decide, you want to extend this trip to the kid's best friends. So, with the kid, there are 4 children and 2 adults. You say, yeah, they can go, but then you send a pretty much like a list, a price list of what the kids are expected to pay.
So what did the price list look like?
So it was like the whole, they had to pay part of the hotel.
So was it a day trip or overnight trip?
It was a 1-day trip. This was for one. So they it was overnight. But
it's overnight, okay.
They had to be there 1 day.
Okay.
So they were expected to pay a portion of the hotel room, portion of the rental car, portion of the gas. Then pay for the ice skate, obviously, that's
pay for their own entry.
Pay for their own entry to ice skating, and then pay pay a portion of when they took pictures or whatever. So I guess the question that I'm posing is if you are you're asking somebody to do something with you. But
you're setting prices to the point where you're gonna get a free trip and they don't.
Right. So I don't know I'm trying to reword this because it's like when I ask you if you want to go to dinner, or if I say, "Court, let's go here" or whatever. I'm treating. I'm asking you to go. But the situation with this one was like, okay, so it was 6 people going, right? Why were all of the fares only split the fuck by 4? 2 people going for free. But I guess my issue with this scenario is that the way I do shit, I'm the type of parent, if I throw a birthday party for my kids, I'm paying for everybody to eat, whatever the entrance fee is for the kid to do whatever. I'm paying for it because it's a birthday party.
Right.
I don't expect you to...
You're paying for the experience.
Yeah,
for everyone to have a good time.
Because I ain't inviting your child. Whereas you got these new age mamas throwing fucking birthday parties and the kids gotta bring their own. They gotta pay for their own dinner, pay for their own. I don't understand that shit.
Yeah.
How you invite me to a fucking birthday party, but I gotta pay to eat at your birthday party?
Yeah. Or you could. Okay, when it's a birthday party or birthday dinner, and you're hosting your child's birthday, I feel like you as the host pay for all the kids' dinner.
Right.
Because the parents can just come drop the kid off and leave, or they can go sit in the car wherever.
I agree.
I would extend to the adults, okay, hey, this is where we're having the dinner at. Here are the prices, or here's the menu, here's the link to the restaurant. I'm going to pay for the children's dinner. I'm not going to pay for the adults' dinner. If you want to pay whatever, if you want to eat the restaurant, here's the prices, it's a little price, or blah, blah, blah. Right. But you're not extending that to the adults, you know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't host a dinner and charge for the child to eat, because you don't know what the child's going to eat. And half the time, a kid's menu or kid's dinner ain't going to cost no more than $20. Maybe $25.
Well, my kid is a teenager. She's 16.
Well, yeah. So I'm thinking of children under 7.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, if these new age mamas and how they throw fucking birthday parties and dinners and shit, that shit be blowing me. But I'm saying, like, last year, we took the kid. Kayla wanted to do her birthday dinner at Plaza Circle. I don't remember how many of her friends showed up, but I do remember the bill was $600 fucking dollars. Me and her dad didn't ask them for anything. Right. We split the cost of the bill down the middle. Because, I don't know if y'all know, but me and her dad are not together. But between me, him, and my husband, obviously, we split the cost of the bill down the middle. The kids didn't have to pay anything, and I did tell them, I was like, if y'all want to, help with anything, just leave like $2 to a tip. But they were not expected to pay for their own meal. Back to this trip, the issue that I think I have with it is that you invited these other kids to go. First of all, whether the kids go or not, you gotta pay for your rental car, your gas, your, your hotel room. Right. So that shit, why would they be expected to pay on that? Right. All they should have to do is spend the money for food, whatever, for food.
If they want to get souvenirs or little gifts and stuff like that. I understand that. It's a trip that you're already going on, that you're already planning for. To invite these other people, okay, well, I'm not going to pay for your food. I'm not going to pay for your entry to this. Yeah, you're going anyway. Right. But yeah, as an adult, that you want to charge the child for gas, the rental car, stuff that you was already getting on your own to benefit your child and celebrate your child, you should not charge the children for that.
Is like, if you truly were planning this trip for your kids to hang out with her friends or his friends, you don't need their money. Right. You know what I'm saying? But if you couldn't afford to cover the cost of rental car, cost of gas, because whether there's one person in that car driving to New York, or whether there's 10 people in that car driving to New York, right, the gas is going to be the same.
Exactly.
The rental car is the same cost, is going to be the same.
Right.
Whether one person stays in a hotel or whether 10 people stay in a hotel room.
The offer comes off as an ulterior motive, i.e., let's charge these kids, let's charge these children so we can get a free trip. Absolutely. So we don't have to pay for anything. Yeah. The trip pays for itself. No.
Yeah. No. But so that was a situation that happened recently, and I don't have an issue with the moms that were going or whatever. I think they're nice women. I don't have a problem, but me, once you show me inside of yourself, I'm just gonna not fuck with you like that.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's in you. That ain't only that's in you.
Right. I feel the same way.
And one of the ladies, like I said, she's nice. She's from New York. She's never done anything shady to me. Now I'm from Chicago. But I don't got a shady bone in my fucking body. Because I know what it feels like for a motherfucker to get over you. That's the fucking I want to kill you feeling. So I don't got a shady bone in my body. But I have watched this other lady deal in situations where it was kind of paper stuff. Like, she's a haggler. I'm one of those people, I'm not haggling shit. The motherfucking price needs to be the motherfucking price.
Right. Or you lay it out like, hey, this is the restaurant that we're going to. Look at the menu. Based off what you think your child's going to eat, that's how much money you need to send with your child. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It's like, that's how you plan stuff. And then you plan stuff out in advance. You know what I mean? Like,
I do
you give parents a heads up, like, hey, this is probably the amount of money, or these are the things we're going to do. you might want to send your child with this amount of money, you know what I'm saying? Or like, hey, give me the money for your child, and then I'll make sure whatever's left over, I give it back to your child, so your child comes home with that money. Stuff like that.
That would be considered a local trip. Like, so we go to Jamaica for KK's 17th birthday. I'm not paying for your kid to fly to fucking Jamaica.
Right.
So if your kid wants to go, you want your kid to go, you will be responsible for those, paying for those amenities and those things like that.
Right.
Now, I probably would be, if they're coming to celebrate my baby's birthday, I would probably, whatever the dinner is, whatever we decide to do for her birthday dinner, I'd pay for that. But in that situation, I did extend the offer. Because, they all want to do everything together. So I gave the parents a heads up, like, hey, it's July. This is what we're going to do next July. So you got a whole year to plan your
Absolutely.
shit.
And then here's the itinerary. Exactly. These are all the activities that we're going to be doing. So
exactly.
And that's another thing is like, before you send your child on a trip, explain to them, well, hey, this is the amount of money I'm spending. Even though these are the activities I'm going to be doing, I'm not paying for this. Right. I'm not paying for this, so you're not going to be able to do these things.
Unless your other parent, unless you got a job,
right?
Like something.
Yeah, and then don't show up. Don't have your child show up, and then your child expecting to do these activities, and it's coming out of my pocket. No, if your parent didn't send you the money for this, or send the money for this activity, sorry, you're not doing it. You're gonna have to stay back in the room or go do something around the resort or something.
Yeah, the situation like that situation, it kind of like it bothered me for a little bit. I went back and forth like, nah, that ain't that. Then I thought about another situation. I'm like, yo, this is the same fucking situation, different scenario. I think about when the kids were younger. If your kid is, if I ask for your kid to go to Chuck E. Cheese with my kid, you don't need to send money. But I'm also one of those old school mamas. You know what I mean?
Send money. You send money just in case, so your child may want something.
Yeah, but
they may see something they want it. Yeah.
I'm gonna feed them. I'm gonna make sure they have a good time, and I'm gonna bring them back home. They don't need. Because I'm never gonna be the type of parent where, this my child, I'm pay for this, but then your child gonna watch my child.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
that's petty.
That's evil as fuck.
That's evil and it's petty.
When I have other people's kids, they belong to me, and I never ask for money. You know what I mean? Like for gas, whatever. So I'm like,
because you're paying for your child's happiness, and your child is gonna be happy when their friends are happy and experiencing that moment with them. So that's what you're literally paying for.
I'm really curious to see, because I told my baby, and granted, my baby was paying for her own trip because she got a job. But when I sat down and explained to her, like, hey, I know you probably can't see what's really being done, but it's my job as your mother to advocate for you. Advocate for what's in the best interest of you. And this right here is some bullshit. Of course, she wanted to, because she like, well, shoot, mom, I wanted to go to Chinatown any damn way. They ain't want to go to Chinatown.
Right.
So now, how they look? My baby gonna pay for ice skating, something she ain't gonna do for longer than 10 minutes.
Right.
And that shit hurt. It's $90. The fuck?
It is. Well, I told you, I was like, it's New York, so.
I don't give a fuck.
But I'm telling you, that's why it's $90.
It hurt in New York. It hurt in Chicago. It hurt in Virginia. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying. So, she wanted to do something simple, like she wanted to go to Chinatown. So I wasn't gonna allow her to go on a trip where she would have absolutely no say as far as how they spent that day. Like,
what they can do, yeah.
So I was like, well, we can go when we come back after the holiday. You want to do that? So like, Dawn was like, New York about the cheapest thing you can do as a tourist. She was like, $300 for one day. She was like, girl, this is bullshit.
I don't know. For me, well, I guess I don't know. I'm not cheap, but I'm not like high end either. But I feel like by the time you book the room and the rental, then you gotta pay for parking, food, and then you paying for gas to come back. I feel like that's if you take out the ice skating, I feel like that's probably like a decent amount if you're going for one day, if you're going for one night. But again, it depends on what type of hotel you're staying in. Depending on what type of vehicle you're renting, and paying for parking, because I feel like that all
more, right? What you're saying.
Yeah, but I think it wouldn't be $300. I'm looking at probably like $250 when you include food and taxes and all that shit. I would probably say about $300 because you're gonna eat dinner and you may or may not eat breakfast. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but the situation with the kids.
Well, yeah, if you're talking to a child, yeah,
it should have been like maybe $150. The Costa, which would have been a Costa.
Yeah, you take all the other stuff. Yeah. I'm thinking about for an adult. Yeah, it's probably like $250, $275 if you spend it a night.
Yeah, but these are kids. So I was like, no, she wasn't tripping about it or whatever. That situation bothered me. for a while. Because at first I was like, yeah, she could go. My homegirl like, I figured you ain't read that shit. I was like, what the fuck? And then of course, my husband was like, what's going on in New York anyway right now. They had just burned one of the big Christmas trees out there.
Mm.
The Hamas and the people that's fighting over there. Like that shit is in New York now. Like they protesting heavy. He was like, nah,
she don't need to go. And New York ain't going nowhere.
And he was like, we could take her ourselves. Cause my thing is, like, if shit hit the fucking fan, your first priority is gonna be your child.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to put that on nobody else. Let my child be my priority.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If something wants to break out. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
No,
but
I get it.
I don't want to say shady. I really don't want to say it because I like to believe that that's not what this is. But walk like a duck, talk like a duck, quack like a duck. It is a motherfucking duck.
Yeah, the only thing I could see myself charging for is probably the hotel room.
Why?
In case I have to get an extra room.
That's different.
That's all I'm saying. In case I gotta, to make everybody more comfortable, everyone's not sleeping in the same beds, which they probably can.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have to, if I got 6 kids going, then now I'm gonna have to throw in a fee for the extra hotel room that I'm gonna have to pay for. I'm gonna pay for half. Have your child pay for half.
Yeah.
I would do something like that. But the charge for,
but I remember I told you it would have been 6 people going, but the cost will only split by 4.
Yeah.
So that was the thing right there. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I wouldn't charge for the rental car. I wouldn't charge for the rental car. Because I'm like, shit, I'm going to put my child on a damn train and she'll beat your ass there.
You see what I'm saying? You know me, I'm fast and interesting shit.
Exactly. Shit, I think you can fly from here to New York for like $95.
You can get on the $25 bus to go fucking New York.
You can.
Fucking, what is it, like 7-8 hours?
Yep.
Like, it's cheaper. They only charge you for gas.
Yeah. I wouldn't charge for the gas. I wouldn't charge for the rental car. Shit, I would try. And then with this ice skating, I would even try to look for a fucking deal. Like, hey, I have a party of X amount of people going. Can I get a deal or something like that? And then maybe charge half.
Find like an alternative.
Yeah.
Something alternative to that, what everybody would have wanted to do. Because, like I said, ice skating.
You could do that and you can do that anywhere. How about we go to New York and do something that we can't do in Virginia?
Yeah.
Or somewhere close in proximity to Virginia.
Exactly.
Like she said, Chinatown. Ain't no Chinatown in fucking Virginia.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why she want to go.
Yeah.
She's into the anime shit.
Yeah. I definitely see. Yeah, I definitely get it. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get a free trip.
Well, the joke on them now, because now the other 2 kids that was going ain't going, so now it's just the 2 moms and their own 2 kids.
Right.
So now you gotta pay for the whole fucking trip.
Yeah. So she said, Well, with that being said, that's all, folks. That's all we got for y'all today. Definitely shoot us some emails. Let us know what you think. Definitely leave us comments on our YouTube channel. And if there's any topics that you would like for us to talk about, definitely hit us up and we will, if politically allowed, address those topics.
That's right. We'll open it up for discussion.
Yeah, there's some shit I ain't gonna jeopardize my job for. Bills still gotta get paid.
I got one for next time, and it's always some political shit.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it gotta be talked about.
But again, thank you guys for tuning in to Impromptu Bourbon Sessions. Just to let y'all know, we are drinking Angel's Envy bourbon whiskey. I'm absolutely in love with it. The bottle costs about $46, $47. Not too shabby. But that's the type of bourbon that we were drinking tonight and probably will always drink. If y'all want to send us some bottles of bourbon, shit, let me know in the comments and I'll send you an address. You know what I mean? We'll get you even a shout out. If you need us to do a commercial on your behalf, let us know. But all right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to Impromptu Bourbon Sessions. Later.
Peace out.